Peacock. And Peacock is free right now too. So
no, it's not.
It's not. You only get the first episode.
You only get the first episode,
First
but you
episode.
can if you don't have the what is it the
We're recording
the
right
premium. That's okay. If you had a premium,
What?
Relax. If you had a premium,
now. All right, I get it.
if you don't have a premium, you can still get an
Yeah,
episode
I
each
get
week
it.
though, right? Just with commercials, right? No, so you got to have the membership of Peacock.
That particular show, they locked behind the paywall.
Oh, so we're talking about Peacock in Bel Air, everybody. Shout out to Bel Air. Go ahead, Zeke. We know how you like to do this intro thing.
I don't want to do it now. I want to raise. I'm all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Welcome to another episode of 94 Feed Podcast. First of all, I was going to say Happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Oh, what do you mean?
Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month.
So what we celebrating till the wheels fall off?
Till the wheels fall off.
It's Black History Year, baby. Black History Life. Every day.
Yeah, that's what's going on. This is your boy
since
Big
you
Zeke in
moved-
the building.
As you move, you don't really know that you know.
This is your boy Big Zeke in the building. Hey, how you doing, Kesey? What's going on with you, man?
What's going on, good people? How y'all
All
doing out
right.
there?
Okay. Every week.
Dre, what's up, brother?
Thank you, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Thank you,
Dre.
man. I
Hey, how
appreciate
you doing?
My black brother. And this guy over here. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling, man?
Hey, how y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
I'm feeling great.
Blessed.
Feeling
I'm
good.
here.
It's been a
It's
good
good,
week.
man.
Life is good.
That's what it sounds like. How y'all week been going, man?
Man, week's been good, man. Good and busy, man. Big sports week.
I wouldn't say that, but go
I mean,
ahead.
for me, I went to the Admirals game last night and then the Bucks right after. So it was like,
Oh,
the-
yeah,
yeah, huh?
yeah. Uh-huh.
So-
Look on it.
so the Bucks play last night. I won't get into our script just yet, but as a fan of the Bucks, I was a little shook last night. Just gonna be honest, I was a little shook.
Okay.
Y'all know me. I'm eclectic in a lot of ways. I mean, I like hockey, like golf, like a lot of sports. So I was at the hockey game last night.
Ooh, score.
The Admirals lost 4-1 too, so it was
Okay.
not a good night for Milwaukee sports yesterday. And then, as you also know, baseball is in a lockout right now, and and the Brewers still trying to sell season tickets. So we're like, why would we buy something and we don't know if there's going to be something? So,
Very true.
so yeah, man. But other than that, I was good, man. How was yours?
My week's been pretty cool. Nothing. I didn't get to go to the game like you did, so that's
You only
one
got
thing.
2 days left. Two games left.
Only got what?
2 games left in your banishment.
Let me take. I'm not. This is a family show. This is a
what
family
happened-
show.
I mean,
I'm not going.
Well, I was someone's guest last night. Usually, I'm the one that's doing the inviting, but I was someone's guest last night.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Okay, so you a guess.
I was
That's
the
good.
guest last night.
All right.
So we could really add a day back to your banishment because I didn't have tickets.
Let me tell you something. This is a family show, so I'm not gonna say what I want to say. But I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Speak your truth.
Go ahead, Kesey. How was your week, Kesey?
It was good, man. I mean,
That's good.
got out the house for a little bit.
All right.
You know, this COVID stuff still keeps your brother locked down. So
Okay.
it's always good to be able to get
Safe
outside
than
when
sorry.
the weather is permitting.
Exactly.
Let me just say this before we dive into Zeke's script. This is our 40th episode. This is our 40th episode. Hit the clap feature, man. I appreciate it, man.
This is the 40th episode I've been dealing with.
This
you.
is this is our 40th
I'm
episode.
gonna let you know, Kesey, that door closes and opens.
Yeah,
so
you can
just
leave now,
anytime.
and you can take your Chromebook with you.
I see we're starting. We're starting off
Okay.
right where we left off.
I know. You see,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop. I'm
right
stop.
where you left
I'm gonna
off.
stop. But no, for real, this is our
brother drinking water out of coffee cup. Well, he want to talk about B in my Chromebook.
Okay, all right. First of all, let's just relax here. Let's just get through the show. If y'all want to meet outside in the parking lot, it's on y'all.
wait a minute. 40 episodes, fellas. We've been doing this for 40 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Within the past 2 years. So
40 weeks. Woo.
Between the two,
between the two, 40 episodes. So 40 weeks of recording, not consistently. So, Tone, do you have
Okay.
podcasts you have a network of a lot of podcasts. What's the average that a new podcast would stick around?
Bro, if you want to be honest with you, most shows don't make it past 20 in this world.
that's
20.
very true.
20. So we made it to 40 without killing each other or quitting. So
It's a couple times I want to hit you in your jaw, especially
I
him.
was to say killing each other. That kind of shows up at least every 3 episodes. With y'all.
You know?
I can roll back that beautiful bean footage to prove it.
Oh, we know, man.
I mean, we've been knowing each other a long time,
long
so
time, man.
it's a couple times.
This ain't our first rodeo with each other.
Yeah,
Exactly. Keith, you put down your gun. So it's been a couple times,
Well, congratulations on number 40, fellas. I mean, I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else, and 40 episodes in. And,
Oh, really?
maybe not. Because that 94 Feet 2.0 is still kind of an idea.
Do what you have to
Go ahead, man.
do. That's it. I mean, we're going to start off with the injury report. It's not that, it's not much on there. This has been a slow week. We're coming from the All-Star break last week. We didn't record last week. We also took a little break. So the only person that really was significant of injury that I thought was significant was the Chris Paul situation.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Paul fractured his thumb. He'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. Now, it's only 7 weeks left in the NBA season. So Chris Paul being out 6 to 8 weeks, we're going to see how the Phoenix Suns can hold it together. I think they will, because this team isn't constructed around Chris Paul. He's an important part, but I think they'll prevail and push through. Moving on to the shooting round, let's start off with the All-Star weekend. Apparently, this was the worst dunk contest ever. Did you guys happen to see it?
I did.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, I seen it too, and only reason I thought it was bad because I felt like we've seen everything we could possibly see, and then on top of that, like the guy like Jalen Green was voted most likely to win, and he was missing all his dunks. If he had hit his dunks, it might have been a little different.
I think my biggest issue is there's not enough high caliber players doing it anymore. That's my issue. Like,
what do you mean?
Out of all the players that was in the dunk contest, you cannot tell me you looked forward to seeing them in the dunk contest compared to someone like a Ja Morant or or even if LeBron James or KD decide to get in, just the appearance of them takes the dunk contest to another note. You know what I mean? Like, to make you excited. Like, there's no excitement in it.
Yeah. I think that the 3-point contest and the game in general has taken away from the popularity of the dunk contest because we're in a shooters league now. The NBA is a shooters league. You have a lot of in-game dunkers now, but you don't have performance dunkers. The dunk contest usually brings in performance dunkers that happen to be in-game dunkers. For example, if anyone has ever attended a LeBron James game, whether at home or in Milwaukee, pre-game, LeBron puts on his own dunk contest.
He used to do that.
And I haven't seen him do it in a while because I haven't seen him in person in a while. And it's really, really good. It's good for TV. It's good for basketball. And it's good for the fan base. So the NBA really doesn't have explosive dunkers like the Vince Carters of the world, right? They don't have, Aaron Gordon, he's boycotting because he felt like he got robbed. But whatever, let's move on from him. But, LeBron's never done it. Who else is spectacular with dunks? Giannis did it back when he was a nobody. I would love to see him do it again. Remember he did it and it was a joke. Mm-hmm. And so the NBA just doesn't really have explosive dunkers that want to take a part of that have the name recognition to make folks want to say, ooh, this will be exciting.
Low key, this is LeBron's fault.
Wait.
Because
we're starting with that?
Hear me out.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
Hear me out. Hear me out. No, hear me out. Hear me out.
I gotta come to his aid on this one too. It's not
LeBron.
It's not LeBron's fault.
Hold on a second. Hear me out.
Get it out.
Hear me out. Have we or have we not, since LeBron came into the league? Hey, dude, get in the dunk contest. Hey, LeBron, when you gonna get in the dunk contest? Hey, LeBron, when you gonna get in the dunk contest? Every superstar of that caliber that is able has done it at least once. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. What's up, LeBron? What, you too good for the dunk contest? This is you started this.
Yes, he is. Okay. because he is the face of the company right now, and we are not about to lose our star player because of some shitty ass dunk contest.
He don't play for Milwaukee.
Jeez,
But-
Tone.
He don't
Family
play.
friendly.
My bad.
I appreciate it. I appreciated every word
No,
you
but
said.
you know what? But no, I want to chime in on this because honestly, I feel like,
The views
The
and
game
thoughts
of-
and
like-
opinions and words are not those of 94.5.
but it is a tone deaf radio. So, no, the thing about it is, and it made me think about it for a while. The flashiness of the NBA is gone because the flashiness of street ball is gone. When you look at how,
Interesting.
if you look at the way the NBA overall has taken away the street game and has made smaller leagues that give you that AAA feel now, nobody is doing these playground activities no more like they used to. Like your N1 leagues and your summer leagues used to really be hyper. You even had the random league where folks was dunking on trampolines.
Yeah.
Seeing those highlights and all those high activities and those high impact moments are a thing of the past now.
So it's Steph Curry fault.
Actually, I might put it on him.
All right. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Whoa,
Wait a minute.
whoa, whoa,
Wait a
I
minute.
won't put it
whoa.
on him, but think about it. Coming down court and pulling up from the key because you know you can is now more exciting than what you can do in the paint.
So
So
we
the
going back to
NBA then needs to figure out how to make the dunk contest attractive again.
So
They
it's
do,
Steph Curry's
and that's
fault.
why we needed this horrible year so we can reevaluate the importance of it.
Honestly, here's why I slightly disagree with people calling it horrible. How many creative dunks can you do?
That's true.
And that's
too.
what I said in
It's-
pre-production.
but-
It's everything is like wrestling. If you've ever watched wrestling, you know that after a while, there's no more unique storylines anymore. To the point you're gonna start seeing recycled stuff. The problem with the dunk contest is we've recycled great dunks a lot of times already. It's to the point right now where literally there's nothing new that you could really do that won't possibly injure you.
I agree with that, but in still in the aspect that doesn't take away from how difficult this stuff is.
True.
So when you see a guy putting it between his leg and he going for the dunk, he might can do that in game, but how many times are we going to see that during the course of a year? Maybe 3.
Right.
And then on top of that, you have to finish. Like I said before, like Jalen Green, he's just missed all his dunks. And then on top of that, once he started missing, he kind of didn't care no more. It just got ugly.
You also have to take a look
Suck
at.
the energy out the place.
Yeah, he did. Also, you have to take a look at this. The basketball court is 10 feet high. If you are 6'8" and up, you've already taken out a lot of room to work with just because you're taller.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people like Nate Robinson was fascinating to watch because he was a short dude.
It's true.
So he had more airtime to get funky with it. But when you 6'8", 6'9", you ain't got much to work with before you over the rim.
Yeah, that's true too.
So your dunk game is minimal. That means you don't have much time to put it between the legs, behind the back, 360. Whatever you may have thought you could do, you can't do. So now you've eliminated a lot of options that may make the crowd go, that's tight.
So are you saying let's do away with the dunk contest altogether?
I'm not saying
We got to
do away
change
with
how
it.
we do it.
You need to find a better strategy. You know, maybe it's a team dunk contest, or like maybe it's
What?
I'm just giving ideas. I'm not saying it needs to be that way. I mean, remember the All-Star game got boring, but they found a way to make it creative.
Very
It took
true.
Kobe's death for them to do that, but they found a way to
I don't
change.
think it was Kobe's death.
Kobe's death is what changed the All-Star game. It was still regular,
therefore,
Where they
Friday
were
night,
looking, they were looking to change it anyway.
But
but
that
his
fourth
death
quarter.
took it over. The
Yeah.
fourth quarter, honoring his numbers, honoring his legacy, the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP award. Kobe's death helped change the All-Star game.
Right.
Now,
Because-
obviously, we'd rather
because-
have Kobe here, God rest his
Right.
soul, but it made the NBA think, oh, we can honor him by changing the All-Star game. But again, with the dunk contest, what is it that y'all want to see? I mean, we
I
seen
just
Blake
wanna
Griffin
see-
do the Kia. We seen Vince Carter stick his arm in the whole rim.
Mhm.
We seen Dwight Howard put the Superman on the backboard, right?
Yeah.
We seen MJ jump from the free throw line. What else is left?
I just want to see guys who are, number one, enthusiastic about doing it. That's number one. Number two, also want to see guys like finish their dunks. And I do believe it do need to be some type of maybe some street element to it, because I agree with Tone. Like that used to be the highlight of All-Star Weekend at the dunk contest. Whether we blame LeBron James or Steph Curry, I'll take equal blame to both. But I think it does need to be some changes. I just want to know, should we do away with it? But I think it needs to be some changes.
I don't think we should do away with it, only because that's one of the things that attracts people to All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, but I don't know about next year.
Well, I guess it depends on the names that's in it. Like, if we could get, let me ask a follow-up question to your question, gentlemen. If you could pick 4 people, who would the 4 would have been? Who would the 4 would have been?
Anybody in the league right now?
Anybody in the league right now? Because we're always talking about, well, so-and-so should have did it. So who do we put in the dunk contest to make it attractive? Who are your 4?
My 4 would probably be LeBron James, Levine, making Aaron Gordon come back, making those 2 guys come back. And I want to go Jalen Green, just because I feel like he has some good ideas, just because, it's what what's going on right now. I think it was like an NFT or something he tried, but those are my 4 guys that I would like to see do it.
Geese?
How many did you pick?
I picked 4. He said just give him 4.
Because it's 4 people that
Yeah,
this
4.
year, right?
I think it could have been more, but
Who was
4.
your picks again?
LeBron James, Levine, Gordon, and then I picked Jalen Green.
I'm going with LBJ.
Of course you are. What, man? I just said, of course you are. I know what that.
Watch your mouth. All right.
I can't. Okay. All right.
I wouldn't mind seeing Giannis in there with LeBron, and maybe like Tatum, something different,
I was going to say, man, I'm gonna go with Morant,
and I gotta and I gotta have Ja.
Yep,
Ja's my 4th automatic.
I'm gonna go with Morant. Jason Tatum was on there. LeBron, because I'm not saying we're gonna blame him, but he owes it to the NBA to at least have one dunk contest.
We don't owe them anything.
But here I'm about to defend you. Here's the
LeBron James delegate, and we do not owe you anything.
Well, delegate LeBron. Here's why we don't deserve LeBron in the dunk contest.
Why?
Because nothing he does is ever good enough. Skip Bayless took the All-Star Weekend to still clown LeBron. Clown LeBron.
I don't see. Here's the thing. He's not clowning LeBron. He's putting out there. He's criticizing what LeBron puts out there.
What is his problem?
Let me just give you my 4 before you go there. And Giannis. Giannis has to make up for that god awful dunk contest from 4 or 5 years ago.
I mean, I would say this the thing about wanting LeBron. I just want LeBron in there just because, like you said, he owes us one. That's number 1. Number 2, he obviously too old to be doing it now. So it is what it is. Moving on real quick.
Stop hating.
The 3-point contest was won by Karl Anthony Towns. Is he the best big man? Is he the best big man? The best shooting big man in the league right now?
No,
not by a long shot.
Really?
Not by a long.
They just called him on a good night.
Not by a long shot. He lucky Clay wasn't in it, and he lucky.
I said big man.
Well, I'm just saying he lucky that they weren't in the 3-point contest.
Big man. So
you
said no. You said no. Who?
I'm going with Joel.
I think Joel is the best big man.
Better than him.
I'm going with Embiid. I'm going with Embiid.
Embiid just doesn't shoot as many threes as him though right now.
Pull up the stats.
Because Embiid is going to what?
Pull it up. Pull up the stats.
Go ahead, Keith. I got you. I'm pulling it up.
No, go ahead, Keith.
Commentary.
What?
You just said finish your commentary. He's gonna look it up.
No, I'm looking it
You
up.
threw me off because y'all was going back and forth.
No, we weren't.
But yeah,
Go ahead.
Joel just doesn't shoot as many shots as Karl Anthony Towns does this year because Joel decided I'm gonna go what I'm dominant at. That mid range and back to the basket game. And he got that Euro down packed down too a little bit. So
all right, let's.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It looked good though, don't it? For a big man, it looked good.
It looked all right.
I'm gonna tell you something. Joel Embiid, when he get hot on that 3-point line, he will light you up.
Whoa, that's whoa.
He did to Milwaukee. I was there.
How many? This is my thing about him and him lighting you up. And you're right. He stays in his lane.
As he should.
As he should. But I don't know about him being. Okay. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I don't know about him being a better shooting big man, because we're talking about field goal percentage and also talking about 3-point percentage here.
So here's the thing. Here's why I don't think it's fair to say that, he's not. We asked, are they the best big man shooters, right?
Yeah.
That's okay to ask, but at the end of the day, staying in your lane just makes you a better player, right? Just makes you a better player. I don't want to see Giannis taking threes. Although his shot is better, I don't want to see Giannis taking 3-pointers. I'd rather see him taking in the hole, playing the paint like you can do, and pass the rock to the person that should be shooting threes, whether that's Holiday, whether that's Grayson Allen, whether that's Middleton. So Embiid embraces the fact that he's not a Dirk Nowitzki, right? So he shouldn't be shooting threes, but I'm gonna pick him to shoot that shot over Cat. So this is his 3-point percentage through the years. In the 21-22 season, he shot his Joel Embiid, his free throw percentage was 36%.
3-point?
3-point.
Okay.
36%.
Last year?
That's last year. The year before, 37%. The year before that, 2019, 2020, he was at 33%. So for a big man to be shooting around 30%, 33, 34% from the 3-point line, that's not terrible. Now, if you look at Cat's 3-point percentage is actually slightly higher than Joel's. He's shooting about 40%. He shot 40% last year. Year before, he shot 38%. And 2019, he shot 41%. But again, if you think about the teams, hold up. There's a team. Go ahead.
Let me just stop you right quick. We just talked about who shoots better, and it sounds like it's Karl Anthony.
His stats are better, but let's not listen.
That's why I actually look it up.
If the game's on the line, you want Cat or Embiid taking the shot?
I want Karl shooting the shot.
Even though Embiid makes more shots under pressure, Cat plays for Minnesota. They're just playing to play.
What does that mean?
That means a lot. There's less pressure.
We're talking about percentage here.
There's less pressure.
Less pressure.
Also, now you worried about stats.
What do you mean? That's what you guys worry about. Because if I ask you who's the best shooter in the league, if I ask you who's the best shooter in the league, you're gonna say
Steph Curry.
And why are you gonna say that?
Well, he makes shots.
Why are you gonna say that though?
Because he hits big shots.
He hits big shots.
Also,
we're not looking at the shooting percentage.
Now y'all don't care about shooting percentage. Now y'all don't care about the stats.
Listen,
I'm just seeing how this works.
Numbers don't lie. Balls don't lie. So, yes, according to the percentage, he is making more shots.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's a better shooter than Joel Embiid.
That's the whole definition.
I disagree with that. Because to me, and I'm probably get some slack, to me,
here we go.
To me, Klay is a slightly better shooter than Steph.
Okay, now you're over here.
To me, Klay is a slightly better shooter.
Is that water?
That's all water. I'm just saying.
Give him a round of applause, man.
Round of applause for what?
Because Klay is a better shooter.
Klay is a slightly better shooter.
He is.
Are y'all over here drinking it?
Bruh.
Go look at the stats.
Bruh.
Go look at the stats. Now this is when you can go look at the stats.
I'm not saying.
Now you're comparing two great shooters right next to each other.
Steph literally has the record.
Steph
for the most made, but who has the better percentage?
Steph played more games.
He missed 2 years.
Listen, man. This is all we're saying. You can still be the best at something and not be the number one in every category. LeBron used to be the very best player in the league, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's probably still top 4. He's not leading in it. Yes, I said top 4. LeBron is in top 4.
I'm looking
easily.
Name 3 of them ahead of him right now.
Giannis.
Wow.
Giannis is having a better season than LeBron.
Go ahead.
Is he not?
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Giannis has a better team than LeBron right now.
LeBron is having a better season than Giannis is having a better season. I didn't say a better player. He's having a better season.
He did.
Okay.
What?
Giannis is having a better season than LeBron.
You said 3 better players.
I said LeBron is in the top 4 in the NBA. LeBron, Giannis, Steph, KD. You rank them how you want to. LeBron has been the best player in the NBA for years.
All right.
And he's not led every category, has he?
Okay.
Does that take away that he's still been the best player for many years?
Best player,
Not according to Stephen A.
Best player and best shooter are two different things.
Okay. Do you know who has the best 3-point percentage in the NBA right now?
Right now, it's not Steph Curry.
It's PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
So are you gonna take PJ over Steph Curry? Okay. You see what I'm saying? It's PJ Tucker. Okay.
So you gonna take the shot, PJ or Carl?
Okay.
It depends on the spot.
According
If
to
it's in the corner, I might
NBA.com,
take Peach.
According to
If it's in the
NBA.com,
corner.
hold up.
Go
According to NBA.com, PJ Tucker has the best 3-point shooting in the NBA at 45.4%. Followed by, and Kesey, get ready, okay? Your punchline. Let me see if you know it. Followed by Luke Kennard.
Luke who?
Luke Kennard
At 45%. Followed by
I was just
Grant
gonna say the same
Williams
thing. He going hard.
at 43. Followed by Doug McDermott, 43. And then Keldon Johnson at 43.
Who's Keldon Johnson? Keldon who?
Okay. Now, you flip over to 3-pointers made. Number one, by a long shot, is who?
Steph.
By a long shot. Followed by Fred VanVleet. Followed by Buddy Hield. Followed by Patty Mills. Followed by Evan Fournier. None of those are in the 3-point percentage category, right?
Mhm.
So catch percentage being 40% is beyond the point. If you put him up against Embiid, I'm taking Embiid every time to take the shot. I'm just saying.
Okay. Kesey, are you agreeing with this?
I'm agreeing. I agree with him.
Now, see, I would
I
have.
normally wouldn't, but he's
course.
right.
So here's-
Unfortunately, he's right.
So here's the thing about
I'm not dapping you.
Come
I'm
on,
trying.
man.
I'm trying
I
to.
said you're right, man.
I'm trying to close your Chromebook.
I'm about to tip over your coffee cup.
I guess my thing about that is
My water cup.
if y'all have said Joker, I might have agreed. But I honestly would.
I forgot about him. I ain't gonna lie.
I would agree. I would take Karl Towns over Joel Embiid. And I think because like when you have a player of Karl Thompson's ability and his skill set, not gonna say his skill
What's
set,
his
his
name?
ability. Karl Towns, Towns, whatever. I don't know.
Carl Anthony Towns, man.
You called him Thompson.
Did I?
Thompson. Carl Thompson. Go ahead, bro.
Anyways, you just made my point. You forget about him.
I did forget about
You admit he in Minnesota. Nobody, as you know, Dre like to say they plan to be playing, even though that's not true. They in the playing tournament currently. But the thing
Yeah.
about it is
So
that
are the Lakers.
the thing about it is you forget about him in Minnesota, just like you did Kevin Love for a little bit.
Yep.
Is one of those small market teams that doesn't get a lot of airtime. It doesn't get noticed a lot.
In his prime, Kevin Love would have been the best big man shooter.
I mean, he's won the 3-point contest
Mhm.
himself.
He used to shoot
But
threes.
Yeah, I just think in this current NBA that we're in, might want to think about it. As far as the All-Star game, what are you guys' thoughts? It was a good game. I did enjoy it.
No, I did not.
Really?
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Tell us why, brother.
There's no excitement in this like thing that they're doing with this, like this 3 periods things, and then they add up the score, then the first person to reach this wins. I like the competitiveness of the 4 quarters. I like it as a game. It's not a full game. It's like we're gonna play pickup ball for 30 minutes, then we're gonna play another set of pickup ball for 30 minutes, then we're gonna play another set of pickup ball for 30 minutes, and then we're gonna play 15 minutes to see who can win.
Now, my counter to that is they used to, when they do it like that, the reason they switched it up because guys weren't giving any effort. Fourth quarter, we just playing.
They're still not giving up any effort.
Yes, fourth quarter it gets picked
like
up.
This. Hold on, think of it like this. John Morant played, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had 22 points,
Mm-hmm.
I think, something around there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know he had 22 points just because of the style of the game that they playing.
True.
Did you?
I didn't know he had 22
points. You would have knew
points.
he had that many points.
Yeah, I just had a double-double.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even notice the stuff that other players are getting because
you're playing.
There's no competitiveness in it.
But you're playing with superstars. So obviously
everybody
it's more people are going to shine than others. So like if Steph Curry wouldn't win crazy like he did and it was hitting from everywhere, I'll give it to you. You don't have to. if Steph Curry didn't go crazy like that, I wouldn't have known who the MVP was. I'm gonna be really honest with you because they were just kind of playing around. You can see the defense picked up in the fourth quarter.
Say what you just said before that.
There was no defense being played,
and they were what?
They're just playing around.
Playing around. That's all it is. A bunch of NBA stars
trying not to get hurt. We try not to get hurt.
No, the All-Star game is about. First off, I don't like the pick thing.
You don't like the pick thing either?
You don't like that?
No, I don't.
That's what actually made it better.
I like that competitive East versus West.
It's the
East Coast versus West Coast. That's what made the All-Star game what it was. The West Coast versus the East Coast, because it was always the East Coast was always considered the weakest side. So when the East Coast got to go against the West side, guess what?
So you're saying
I wanted that smoke with the West
because it felt weird this year having Giannis on one side and Middleton on the other.
And he blocked him. That was great.
Yeah, and he smacked it. He smacked it.
He went hard. He said, back your 3-pointers.
He said he didn't know it was him.
Pass me the ball.
He didn't know it was him. He didn't know it was him.
He lied,
but you know, I have to agree with Keith on that. I did like it when it was East versus West because that's when you knew you repped your side. You repped your squad. Like the Lakers, if 3 people from the Lakers made it, you was waiting for that moment when all 3 people were in the game together.
Exactly.
You know what's I agree with you. I did like that. But the change of the culture in the NBA is now I want to play with my buddy. I don't care where
the
he's
whole
at.
League is buddies.
That's what I'm saying.
Think about it. The whole All-Star League, everybody are friends who are on the All-Star level.
Exactly.
Not Jordan and Charles Barkley.
Listen,
but that's what made it
good. That's what I'm saying. That's what made it good.
Too much bromance going on out here, man. That's my problem. Too much bromance.
And whose fault is that?
Don't blame LeBron.
What?
Hold on. The bromance was going on a little bit before that.
Like in his
a little bit before when?
No, think about it. The very first time they let the NBA players be a part of the Olympics, that's where it started at.
I disagree.
Jordan and Bird and all them, when they were all together, it started there.
No.
Here we go.
No.
I'm going to let him rock.
Go ahead, rock. Tone, I love you to life, but I'm going to need a 5-minute hot take on the Death Fresh show because you are wrong, my friend.
Okay, break it down.
Is that what you think?
No, break it down.
Explain it to me.
We here. Break it down.
First of all, the 92 Olympic team, you're talking, or the 92
92
Olympic team with Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, all those players. First of all, Larry and Magic were on their way out. They were on their way out of the NBA. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan's best friends at the time were Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, and him and Scotty were tight. All of them were on that team. But as soon as Team USA ended, now none of them players got together on a boat like LeBron, Chris Paul, Carmelo, and Dwayne Wade and said, let's all go on a family vacation. Let's be friends. Let's go play for one another.
Listen,
no. Let me finish. I'm going to let you go in. I'm going to let you go. That never happened in the Jordan era. It went back. Hold up. I'm almost done. I'm
just putting my hand up.
Oh, y'all making fun of me?
No. We just put our hands up.
I'm going to sip my water coffee.
No, keep going.
Go ahead. You're right.
You're right.
You are right.
So let you're judging my water cup.
No, we did. He was. I was just raising my hand, let you know I had something.
So let me go back to that. Jordan came back a final year and still dogged Charles Barkley, still dogged Patrick Ewing, still dogged every competitor on the court. Pat and Jordan were off the court, our boys. They always have been. But on the court, that did not change the era. The 90s did not create a super team era of buddies. Were there super teams? Yes. Jordan, Rodman, Pippen was a super team. But it was not a super team of buddies. In fact, Rodman and Pippen did not even talk to each other until he came to the Bulls because of how they did the Bulls when the Rodman was with the Pistons.
Of course.
It is very different. It is very different in this era of basketball. It is all buddy.
No, okay.
It is all buddy.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but we also
wait a minute, Death Fresh. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it again.
Give him.
Go ahead.
Give it to him. Okay. He did good.
What the
fantastic. It was
you can't delegate for somebody to give you a round of applause if they don't want to give you a round of applause.
He be having a Stephen A moment. He trying to Stephen A.
He did. He can't let him have it,
Go
bro.
ahead.
He worked hard for that. This is episode number 40, bro. He earned that.
Would you say Zeke bossy?
Exactly. ain't no dang us. Go ahead.
No, but I agree with you. But there's three things we gotta we gotta add to the equation that we don't take into consideration. Number one, that time frame was all about team loyalty by natural design. Okay,
I'll give you that.
Everybody was team brand loyalty. If we all had the opportunity to say, let Ewing, Jordan, and Barkley be on the same squad, who would have known? We wouldn't know what would have happened. But also take in consideration, in between those two Jordan runs, Drexel, Olajuwon, and eventually Barkley, they super teamed up.
End of season.
Not saying
End of careers.
Still teamed up. Okay. Number
always
two.
Talking about the end of the career. Either they did it or they didn't.
Right. Number two.
There's a difference.
It is not.
There's
It
a
is.
difference.
No.
You're only upset because LeBron does it more than anybody. Go ahead.
I'm not upset.
Number two.
You're
and this
pretty
is
upset.
number two,
No,
and this
I'm
is
not.
why I'm kind of on Kesey's side. Social media did not exist back
That
then.
was the point I was going to
Okay.
make.
So the conversation pieces or the ability to get that information out there was
You would've
very limited and controlled by what the media knew.
You would have
So
never
they
knew it
could
back
have.
then.
You would have never knew they were on a
True.
boat after the All-Star game. You don't know what they were doing in
They
Barcelona.
tweeted it.
You would have never known. No, there was no Twitter back then.
There were no way
Put the
to
Twitter
put it
figures
out.
up.
What we saying is there's no way to put it out there.
What
And
I'm,
then-
what
and
I'm
then
saying
number
is,
three.
All right.
I'm not. Hold on. You got yours. And I'll give mine. And number
but
three.
you just lied.
No.
How did that not lie?
No, here's why.
Hold on a second. He said we wouldn't have known.
We wouldn't have known.
We wouldn't have known, but he put it out there himself.
No.
We talking
did.
LeBron?
We talking about.
Yes,
He's talking about Jordan.
I'm talking about back in that
as
day.
you were. Go ahead.
And then number three,
I
and the
apologize.
most important thing, which is why you ride for Jordan like crazy. No matter what, nobody's from 85 to the day Jordan said, I'm a fucking Washington Wizard,
Tom.
wanted to win. They did not want their ring unless they knocked Jordan off.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Because he was the dude. We have to beat this dude. Nobody wanted to get a ring with Jordan. They wanted to get a ring on Jordan.
I agree 150%.
Because it could think about it. If it wasn't for him, people like Reggie Miller may have left Indiana and went to New York.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But he
Sure.
had I gotta beat this. First of all, I gotta beat New York. That's literally no one gave a damn about New York versus Chicago or Chicago versus anybody. We cared about Pacers and the Knicks.
And also, you got to remember back then, Jordan ruled the media.
He ruled the media.
He ruled the media because if you wanted an interview with
I
Jordan,
don't.
listen to this. This
Go
is
ahead.
how it went. If you wanted an interview with Jordan, you better have posted what he told you to post in the Chicago Times or whatever, the New York Post or
If you-
whatever. Because if you wanted another interview and you wanted to be that high class reporter, you wasn't getting those interviews if you didn't put out what he wanted you to put out.
He did control his
He
narrative.
controlled his own narrative, y'all.
You can't argue with that.
I'm not arguing with him.
LeBron's agent
What is-
runs
what
the
is-
NBA.
what is
Are
that-
you kidding
What
me?
does that have to do with what we're talking about right
He
now?
learned from Jordan's error.
Where do you think he got that from? Jordan ruled the media
He
back
ran-
then.
he
Whoa,
ran the
whoa,
media.
whoa, whoa! Now I have to do.
He didn't run the
Listen,
media, but he
give
If you
controlled
go
his
back and
narrative.
listen to any of the interviews,
I'm agreeing with
if
you.
you can bring up any of the reporters from back then, they'll tell you right now, without Jordan's approval, if you didn't put what he wanted in there, you wouldn't get another interview. And that's where you
If
didn't
you
wanna
talk
be.
bad
When
about
he-
him, if
when
you
he
talk
was
bad
the
about
best
him,
player in the league.
yeah,
He was the best player in the league.
he was the face of the
You
He's the
NBA.
best
say-
player in the world.
He was the
couldn't
face of
say-
the NBA.
Oh my God, man!
He was the face of the
Go along with what
NBA.
I'm saying, you mother.
He's a game changer. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, he's a game
Can
changer.
we agree to he's a game changer?
I agree. I agree with what everyone is saying because both are right. Because I will say, as much as Kesey, you want to fight it, LeBron did change the culture of the NBA. And we've talked about it before.
No.
As far as him,
Steph Curry
As far-
changed the culture of the NBA when he came in shooting them damn
He
long ass
changed the
threes.
culture for the third
That's
time.
what changed the culture
He
of the
changed the
NBA.
culture again.
okay,
So-
hold on a second. Hold on, I got
Because-
you, Dre. I
because-
got
hold
you.
on.
Hold on, talking about
Because
time out. Hold on a
because
second. Are you
right-
telling
hold on,
me
right now,
Uh-oh.
hold on,
LeBron
let
James
me
did not
finish.
change the culture of the NBA?
No, let me finish.
Go ahead. Let me finish.
Because if you think about all of the game that everybody plays right now, it's all based off 3-point range.
Now, but you
Every person, every player, even the big man now, it's all based off of 3-point shooting.
So
What
Steph-
does that have to do with LeBron James? This is because he's older than Curry. And
Way
he came
older.
into the league before Curry.
Way
older.
What does this have to do with him? What does this have to him
hold on.
doing with playing with
The
my
league-
buddy
the league
and
was-
starting a team? Not even starting a team.
Both of y'all are
But he
right.
was in
though.
Cleveland then.
He wasn't in
He was in
Cleveland. I'm
Cleveland
talking about when
with
he
that-
moved to Miami.
When Steph came in the league, he was in Cleveland.
No, he wasn't.
Look here.
Both of y'all are right, but this is where I think this is where y'all disconnect that. Yes, Curry changed the way the game is now. Played now.
The culture.
LeBron changed the game when they were going super young because LeBron was one of the most talked about fresh out of high school players. Then it went from being about playing up-tempo ball that we had got from Jordan to playing strategic ball, where now we have to protect our players and protect our assets. And now we're talking about highlights. So when LeBron being the first public person doing buddy ball, that's when it made a big deal because that was the first time it was put in the public eye where team loyalty did not matter anymore.
True. And
True, but not true.
No.
Because hold on, let me finish.
No, run it down.
Let
We
me-
here
let me
now.
break
Go
it- Let me
ahead.
break it down for you.
go ahead.
You put yourself in LeBron James' shoes.
I'm not
Here
mad
we
at
go.
it.
Okay, that's what I want you to do.
All right.
You in Cleveland,
Okay.
and you keep getting the same teams that he get this 8 years that he's there.
Then he
Okay.
took to the finals.
And
Twice.
he took them on to the finals because
Twice
he's
or
young,
once?
he's full of energy, and he's probably the best player in the league at that time.
Mhm.
But it's hard to get over a hump when you got an injury-prone Larry Hughes.
Mhm.
Started out with him.
Mhm.
Mo Williams,
Mo Williams, who's
Mhm.
undersized guard.
Tristan Thompson.
Tristan
It
Thompson, a
wasn't
big
Tristan
man that
Thompson,
can't,
it
it
was
don't
a
matter,
white
big
dude.
man that can't shoot.
It was a white dude. But go
Drew
ahead.
Gooden, who head was all over the place.
Talking about dude with the crazy hair.
Dion
I know you're
Waiters.
talking about.
Oh, Dion Waiters. The Dion Waiters that
Oh,
they
yeah.
were supposed to be his
So good.
duo.
That's good.
Then you got Delonte West comes over to Cleveland. What does
now
he
they
do?
go sleeping with his mom.
Sleeping with his mama. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? You got all of these distractions that
Oh, y'all was there.
man, it was in the media.
Look,
What?
bro,
Yeah,
no, that's your
mom's
line.
even
That's your
admitted
line.
it.
That's your line. I just had. I couldn't.
I'm just saying though,
Mom's
go
agreed.
back and look at those rosters that he had, man. How
Okay.
much loyal? Look at Dame. Look at the
Hold up,
situation Dame
let's-
is
no,
in.
What?
right
Hold
now.
up.
No,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
no, no.
I can say one name that will counter all of that.
Go ahead.
Reggie Miller. You're not gonna sit here and tell me the Pacers ever had a solid squad.
They had one.
One time.
And they only went to the finals
One
one
time.
time.
And Reggie stayed there to the day he said, I'm done
Actually,
with basketball.
They didn't go. Did they go to the finals?
Yeah.
They did, but
No.
I was there
They
when they
did
took my
not.
Knicks out.
They
to
had
the
their
finals.
big three though. They
They
had
did-
a big three that year though.
They did not go to the finals.
Did they?
No, they
No,
played
they
San
did not.
Antonio.
They played at San
They
Antonio.
played San Antonio.
Are we sure they didn't
Yes.
lose to the Knicks?
That's when they
No,
had
they
Rick
played-
Smith.
No,
The Knicks played Houston. They played San
They
Antonio.
played San Antonio.
Okay. All
Believe
right.
me, I was there for
That's
both.
when they had.
I
their
was
big-
there when Indiana put New York out.
They had their big
literally
three.
there. So
Oh,
It was Reggie, Mark, and Smits.
Yeah. Okay, my thing about that is
Wait. Are you saying
the Davis
that
boys.
Rick Schmidt
Rick Schmidt
was a big three.
was a part of a big three with
I'm
the
just
then
saying,
great?
man,
He
that
was
was-
the third best
That was
player
their
on
third
the
best
team.
player on the team at the time.
Let's not get
But
Pacers-
what we- but
I'm
what
not
Pacers-
saying, like-
Pacers was a
what-
good team in the
it was a good. Don't get me wrong. It was a good team. But what I'm saying is
he didn't
Look,
have to leave.
he didn't have to leave. I understand his need to leave, and I've seen the possibilities for him because let's be honest, for you to be considered the greatest player in the league at the time, and you did not look like you would ever get a ring as long as you stayed in this situation, I completely understand you making the move you move. I've never hated LeBron for that.
A little bit.
But what I'm saying was the day he made that jump was the day it was now looked upon there is no team loyalty anymore.
So let me correct you all. The Pacers did not play in the finals against the Spurs. They played against the Kobe Bryants of the world. And
Did they make it to the finals?
They did.
Yeah,
That-
that's
that was
all
the
we
point.
cared
That's
about.
all we cared
No,
about.
no.
What was the point of you
throw
saying
out
that?
arbitrary stats like that? No, I'm
Okay,
just
you're
kidding.
right.
I'm just kidding. So here's the bottom line. We know that, and Kesey will never admit this, and it's okay. Just like I never admit that Jordan played with the Wizards. I don't know what people talk about when they say that. He never played with the Wizards. LeBron James started this era of super teams. And,
It's not even about super teams. It's about being. It's
buddy
about
ball. I'm sorry,
buddy
buddy
ball.
ball.
Buddy
He
ball.
started the era of buddy ball, but more importantly, we're not going to blame LeBron. You know who the real corporate of this is?
Who?
AAU. Okay, AAU.
Hey,
I give you that.
He grew up in AAU.
I'll give you that.
They're the corporate of this
They are.
buddy ball.
Yeah, okay, corporate.
Because
yeah.
I mean, let's look.
Because Jalen Rose and them all played together back then. For
AAU.
All the
AAU
top
is how a lot of
players
people
always played together in
AAU.
AAU. That's what made
but
That's
they
what
wasn't
made them have
friends.
relationships with each other when they got to the league. Because Jalen Rose had like 8 superstars on this team.
Yeah,
If you look it up.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Kesey, but and sad enough you won't admit it, but when LeBron made this whole like I want to play with my buddy situation, and we sit here and talk about like the All-Star game. In the All-Star game, there was still a competitive nature to I'm representing the East, and y'all not gonna beat us, and so on and so forth.
It was
And as
brand
time went on, it got more laxy daisy, and it got more to the point where I just don't want to get hurt. Like I'll play, but I'm just trying not to get hurt. And I think that bringing this new wave of the fourth quarter being the most competitive quarter, and them going to a certain number and all that kind of stuff, these new rules that they have, it has gotten better in that fourth quarter. Even if we see 10 minutes of good basketball, it's still good basketball at the end. Because if you're watching a basketball game, unless you're there, you're not watching for the first quarter. You're not watching for the second quarter. You want to see that second half. You want to see who's really trying to get that MVP. I think, like I said before, if Steph Curry didn't go off like he did, I wouldn't have known who was MVP.
Because it could have been Giannis. It could have been.
I just feel like
Embiid.
this is changing for better. Now, is that LeBron James' fault? Of course it is. Are you going to admit it? Of course you're not.
Retweaking.
Listen,
But I think that made it better. I think it's made it better, and we're looking forward to the All-Star game.
it's not better to me.
It
You
needs
ask me.
a little bit more tweaks. Give
Really?
us some of the old, incorporate the new. We can have a pretty good one.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. Should the All-Star game be then switched with the mid-season tournament then?
No, that's stupid.
So how do you make it competitive? What is
Okay, let's start from here. What would a mid-season tournament look like?
A mid-season
let's call it,
tournament.
you gotta ask Adam Silver.
Well, first of all, they vetoed it. Thank God.
Did they?
Yes, they did. So
They were gonna have one.
they thought about having one. They was like they voted in the union and they turned it down. But the thing about it, it was supposed to be a mid-season tournament. Teams, like 8 teams, playing for nothing. It had no implications.
And I think that's why it got vetoed, because you're playing for nothing.
Yeah.
And you're still risking a player who can then be a big problem. So I can see why they do that. But if you switched it up a little bit, maybe first of all, take away the guaranteed 10 people getting voted in. Because like you said, the Chinese effect, the Yao Ming effect,
Mm-hmm.
because now we're going to constantly keep saying the same. I feel like your stats up to the midway point should be why you get in the All-Star game.
So you saying they should be earned?
You need to earn the spot.
If your team is not 500, you should not be eligible.
You shouldn't be considered. I don't care. And I hate to say that because
really?
if Milwaukee is 495,
what I said.
I'm sorry, no Giannis this year.
Are y'all saying that? Because
So hold on, let me say. So what you're saying is there wouldn't be a LeBron this year.
You wouldn't be able to. I didn't want to say it out loud because I know how you feel.
I'm just saying.
But now, because think about it. His team was doing bad, but because the fans voted you in and you got one of the top 3 votes, not only are you in the All-Star game, but you're one of the captains of the teams. Do you feel like he should have really be there? If your team is not showing that you're an All-Star.
I don't like that just because I don't want to see. I see what you're saying, and I do. It's an interesting concept just because you have guys who don't get voted in because
or
you
have guys
popular.
that always get voted in that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, like CP3 got in, but I think he got in because of injuries, or he got on reserve because the coaches voted him in.
Right.
So, and then Devin Booker, same thing. I think he got in there because coaches voted him in. Or you got Miami where they had the best record in the league, but they only had Jimmy Butler, and he was a reserve too because coaches voted him in. So, I mean, from that aspect, I get it. But then, if there's an All-Star game without LeBron, what are we doing? And I'm the biggest LeBron critic.
And the question should not be, what is the NBA? The question is, LeBron, what are you doing?
Also, it wouldn't have been no LaMelo this year because they're not even 500.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to see LaMelo in the All-Star
I
game
did want to
this
see
year.
LaMelo in the All-Star game.
Well-
I'm disappointed in his performance, but I did want to see him there.
Jimmy Butler only scored 2 points.
Again.
Well,
I'm saying,
He
waste
only
of a
scored 2
pick.
points.
Right there,
Jimmy
waste
Butler
of a
played
pick.
9 minutes and scored
I mean,
2 points.
it's an interesting concept as far as earning and
I
East
feel
versus
like
West.
you earn it because when you've gotten to the All-Star, now here's someone we now can take a look at and keep an eye on for the rest of the season who may not have ever gotten to shine because we didn't know they was over here doing big things.
I'm going to tell you like this. Giannis Antetokounmpo was the only double-double in the All-Star game.
Because he take every game serious.
He had a double-double.
He goes hard every game.
Every game.
Every game. So it could have, and Joel Embiid had a double-double too. So they literally could have easily, to your point, been MVP. I like the game in the fourth quarter. I like the game in the
You
fourth
like the pick of
quarter.
the game.
What I do like about the All-Star game, Trae Young also had a double-double. What I do like about the All-Star game is, and I've said this before, is the benefit for the HBCUs and the charities. The charities in Cleveland made a lot of money. Steph Curry, Cleveland booed him out the building, and he still made a ton of money for Cleveland food banks.
Well, we ain't forgot.
Because every Every
ain't forgot.
three-pointer he made, he donated some crazy amount of money,
Mhm.
and he broke an all-star team record. I mean, he was 16 for 27, which is still not
Why
terrible.
you think LeBron can't give him the ball? He wanted that money to go to Cleveland. Why you think he gave all of it? If you think about it, all of it makes sense the way they was playing.
Yeah.
It was for him to donate all that money.
Right.
But I like that though.
And Bron got the shine at the end
Yeah,
with the game winner.
with the turnaround game winner.
Game winner.
Filthy
It's a lucky
animal.
shot. It's a lucky shot. So moving on, LeBron James announced his last year will be played with his son.
Agreed.
And I quote, wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be at. I'll do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year. It's not about the money at that point. LeBron James is set to be a free agent in 2023, the same year Bronny is eligible to declare for the draft. Does this do anything for LeBron James' legacy?
Yes, it does. He
Really?
goes out with a stamp that nobody else in the NBA can ever say they have. Regardless of what his record looks like, regardless of what his win-loss column is, when he leaves the NBA, he left out playing with his son.
Now, with that being said,
You've been
Dre just mentioned he don't want to talk about the Washington Wizards.
It's not. We don't care. It's like Kobe's farewell season.
No.
Mm.
No.
He
No.
did.
That's LeBron's.
Hold on a second.
That's his
LeBron's
farewell
farewell
season.
That's
his
very
farewell
interesting.
season.
We didn't
is
care
to
about the record.
get-
We
is
didn't
to
care about the
hand
record.
his son the reins while being able to be on the court with him. Every dad who has a son who plays back or plays a
I
sport
was just going to
you
move
used to
the
play,
season.
love to sit there and watch their son get out there and do what he did. But the fact that LeBron can leave the league doing what his son does with him, as a player, coach, as a dad, that is a monumental moment for all dads
Listen,
that we can't do.
Listen, that's something that you can be proud of as a dad.
Exactly.
All right. Shout out to them over at Bradley Tech. They are the Milwaukee City Conference champs.
Shout
Oh,
out
that's
to
what's
them.
up.
And
That's what's
one
up.
of the coaches got to coach his son to the city championship. So shout out to them over there.
That's what's up.
And like he said, like, I watch my brother all the time, man. My brother is a ball player.
Mhm.
He loves watching his son. If he could have played in the same era as his son, that would have made his day.
Right.
That's just something as a father you can't replace. No
Mhm.
one can take that from you, or no one can replace that.
Like right now, Giannis is playing on a team with his brother. His brother is nowhere near the same caliber as him.
Well,
But-
I'm going to
But-
tell you right now.
He's the best hype man
He's the
ever,
best
man.
hype man
But
ever.
and when it's all said and done, I guarantee you, when both of them are, when all of them are done with the league, they're gonna sit down and have stories that they can talk about amongst them two, about an experience that they had being on the same team.
So
three of them got championships. Think
all
about
three-
that.
All
All
three
three
of
of
them
them
do.
got
So here's the
championships.
thing. I think it's great that I think that's a great goal. It's a great legacy. But here's a good thing about LeBron. Although he, and I've said this in other podcasts, although he is not the LeBron of old, LeBron is still playing at a high level for his
Exactly.
age. 2023 is only 2 years away.
Right.
No, that's next year. End of next year, right? 2023.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
in the
next year. So next summer, LeBron has a chance to play with his son. So if LeBron was on the decline like a regular, almost 40-year-old player, then you'd be like, dude, for real, we're going to get out here and like, because Kobe's final years, we love the farewell season, but it was hard to watch.
A little bit.
It was hard to watch. So if LeBron can still play this game at we're not going to say a high level, but
that's my point. That's
like
that was my point. Like, do you think he will still like if he's playing at like right now he's playing at a high level? Next year, like Father Time is undefeated. I'm saying if he is on a decline, do you think like LeBron is it really worth it?
Yeah,
it is.
Putting yourself out
it
there.
is
because you can always control his minutes.
Right.
You can always control his minutes. You can say, okay, go ahead, LeBron, I'm gonna put you in with Bronny. But more importantly, I'll ask the question that y'all are afraid to: is Bronny gonna get drafted?
Yeah.
So that's a good answer.
He's gonna get this.
Go ahead.
I'll say it now. He's gonna get drafted by Cleveland off the fact of who your daddy is, knowing your daddy's work ethic, and your daddy is gonna come home, and that's how he's gonna close out his final season with his son.
That would be ideal, I don't think Cleveland is going to be that bad to have that draft that year.
Okay, so here's the thing:
if you're guaranteed to get LeBron back, if you make a couple of moves, they'll make a couple of moves.
But what does guarantee getting LeBron back in 2023 do for you?
Nothing.
You become the face of the league. You become the team of the league. Everybody's talking. Not necessarily saying you're the best team.
You're not going to be the best, but you're
definitely
going to be
watched.
About
the team that's going to be watched the most. Everybody, listen. LeBron has been one of the most hated on players I've ever seen in NBA history.
110% agree.
He came in the league. People telling him he wasn't going to be this, he wasn't going to be this, and he wasn't going to be that. And look what he did. And now look where he at. And to finish off his career with his son. That's a storybook ending.
At home.
You can make a movie about that, man.
At home.
Yeah. Oh, I don't disagree.
He's going to have a cameraman everywhere he go that whole season.
Oh, most definitely. He got a camera with him right now.
30 for 30.
I don't want to see I don't want to see that movie, but go ahead.
30 for 30. Starring Will Smith.
And here's the other thing about, LeBron in that final year of 2023. As long as you got him, especially if he's still playing like he is, you have a chance.
Exactly.
So chance at what?
To be competitive. To be competitive. I'm not saying because the Lakers are not competitive right now because LeBron needs help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also take into consideration, he said he'll do whatever it takes to get to the team wherever his son is. That means LeBron is willing to take a pay cut.
Well, I mean,
so you can get above average player for damn near almost close to league minimum if it's that serious enough for him, on top of a good rookie draft who has the same work ethics of LeBron. Let's not throw that out the window.
Well, first of all, let's just put this out there. Bronny James is solid, but he's not top 10 of his class.
And that's why.
So
he might be D-League.
No, I'm not saying he's D-League. I'm saying that he is.
I don't think he's D-League.
Bronny's. They're predicting right now Bronny's second round. Not even first round, second round. He's 6'3", he's 6'3", 190. He plays the PG. He plays a little bit of shooting guard. He's still developing. So, like, I've looked it up, and they're comparing him to probably one of the most notable names they're comparing him to is Lonzo Ball. So, even though LeBron has this big aspiration to play with his son, the reality is he's not LeBron James. And just like Michael Jordan's sons weren't Michael Jordan. I don't think they made it out of college. So I guess the next question I have to say is, do you see teams, because right now OKC has that pick, but do you see teams like trying to draft him higher just to lure
No,
LeBron
they're not going to go
James
higher.
in?
No, but at the same time, you got to remember he's only.
Y'all just made this big hype video about getting LeBron,
but he's only in his junior year.
Yeah.
I said
he's only in his junior year, so
he's eligible.
So, and there's quite a few good players in that draft class that's going to be in there, like Amari Bailey, which is on the same team as him.
Yeah,
like they're good,
real good.
You got to watch LeBron James' son play. He's actually better than people think he is, and the reason he dropped in the polls is because he got hurt,
and
he was out for a whole season. And that's what people didn't know. That's why his numbers.
I knew that.
Bronny has a higher vertical than LeBron James does.
At that age? Yes.
At that age.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm saying as far as he's not top 10 in his class.
Yet.
But what I'm saying is I don't think it's going to go any higher.
But there's a lot of players who weren't top 10 in their class that turned out to be great NBA players.
So you're saying this is a possibility for Bronny?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Bronny. first off, we also have to remember that people need to cut Bronny some slack. Okay, he's a child.
No.
Let me finish.
No slack here.
He's a child.
Let him finish.
He's a child.
What does
First
that mean?
off, he's a child.
He's a child.
He's somebody's child at that.
He's a child.
What does that mean? I'm
It
not
means
talking
a
about
lot.
him personal life. We're
means-
talking about
People go hard in on
skill-wise.
people's kids and don't realize you can't judge a person's kid off of that person.
We're judging off games he played.
No, they're judging him off of who his dad
Who
is.
his daddy is.
No,
They
that's the
always-
ceiling. That's the ceiling. We're talking about where he's at.
But
The
because
ceiling.
because of who his dad is, they're already putting him on the third floor and not letting him work from the ground level to get respect.
So-
I'll
exactly.
give you that. I'll give you
and
that,
that-
he
and
has a
that's what
high
he-
ceiling.
because he don't play at the level that LeBron plays right
They're
now.
automatically
They
going to judge him low.
automatically docking him points in
Right.
his abilities.
Well, I mean, that's natural.
That's not natural.
That
because
is natural because who his daddy is. I'm not saying that it's fair. I'm saying it's natural. So when you look at LeBron James and you're like, man, who's coming up? Oh, he got another son. Oh, he got two sons. Oh man, all eyes on him to see what he gonna do because his younger son
it's just as good.
Is balling.
Bryce
is balling.
Bryce
Right.
Maximus is balling.
He just-
Exactly.
and he got his first dunk as an 8th grader already.
Exactly, and he a big boy. So like he is what I think he's like 6'2" already, something like that.
6'2", 6'3".
So you know what I'm saying? The expectation, just because it's in his blood, we like, what's up, Ronnie? What you got? And he's like I said, right now he's predicted as second round. I agree with you. He does have some more game to improve. He's improving all the time. I see it because when I first seen him play, I was like, he's not gonna be good as LeBron. And then as time went on, he got hurt and then he came back. He's getting way like at what he's 16, 17 right now. 17 right now. So in 2 years, when he's eligible for the draft,
So here's
we'll
the thing.
see.
He's not even eligible in 2 years because the league still has that 1 year rule. So
That 1
2023
year
it-
loophole.
It's expiring.
is it?
Yeah, it's getting ready to expire this summer.
So the league has to, and of course, if we're luring LeBron, because Chris Paul, his boy, is the president of the association,
Yeah,
right?
they're not gonna let LeBron making his son go to college at least 1 year.
So
He said
2023, he's not going to play. So we're talking about LeBron playing in 2024.
Yeah, that summer.
2024.
That summer.
Because you said no.
They say he's eligible to declare for the draft
The summer of 23,
of 23.
which means he plays in 24, right? Because if
yeah, technically. So what they mean is
26, yeah.
technically.
so we're saying that Bron needs 3 more years.
No, technically, he doesn't have to go to college. Technically, he
okay.
doesn't have to go to college.
Okay.
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
What they want to do is something different. I was thinking 2024 too, but technically he doesn't have to go to college. Moving on. Who's this guy named? Dragon? I like to call him Dragon.
Gordon Dragic.
Gordon Dragic.
Is it tragic or Dragic?
Dragic.
Doesn't
He
matter.
didn't come to the
Same
Bucks.
He didn't sign with Milwaukee, so it doesn't matter.
You know why he didn't, right?
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Because he wanted more minutes.
What? No, I
What?
thought he signed
But
with
he
them.
signs with Brooklyn.
No, he
Who's the
signed
point
with
guard over at Brooklyn right now?
Kyrie.
No, he's not the point guard. Kyrie is more of the shooting guard.
No,
So
he's
that
the
means-
point.
No, I mean
He's coming off the bench.
Who?
Dragon.
He'll get more minutes with the roster that they have, is what I'm saying. Let's get the
Wait,
name
you
right.
call this man Dragon?
I call him Dragon.
That's what Dragon is. It's Dragon.
No, like Dragon from Rough Riders.
Yeah, his name's spelled Dragon.
Really?
Yeah.
He went to Brooklyn because he would get more minutes.
Well, he said he went to Brooklyn because of Nash, and I figured
a
that was. I think that was it.
It was more.
But either way, he didn't. He signed with the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not surprised. I think he also think they're gonna win a championship.
I mean,
So
they look pretty
because-
good.
Don't let one game fool you.
I'm not.
So the Milwaukee Bucks, in the midst of missing that sign, we signed Javon Carter. I didn't want to say this. I didn't want to do this.
Who is Javon Carter?
He's a scrub that was on the Nets, and now he's a scrub that's on the Bucks. The Bucks released DeMarcus Cousins. They signed Shabaka,
Wait,
and he's
no.
doing nothing.
Monroe. Remember, let's not forget
Oh.
about that.
They signed Shabaka, Moreau. Both these guys did nothing. They signed Carter. He's doing nothing. They signed some other clown. He's doing nothing. I'm getting very irritated with the Bucks. And to be really honest with you, I heard this. I think Kesey said this 2 weeks ago. It might be time to get rid of Middleton. and he signed a max deal, and I'm not gonna say he got the All-Star team this year. He shouldn't have made the All-Star team this year. He is on the decline, slowly on the decline.
Who?
Middleton. I think it's time to get rid of him this summer.
This summer would be the summer.
Ain't nobody gonna eat that contract.
Yeah, they would.
Who?
Portland.
It's arbitrary.
Portland, Washington. I don't know, but I think we have a Middleton issue, and I think it's time to get rid of him.
I don't think it's an issue yet.
I don't know. I'm saying before it becomes one.
It becoming one in about 2 years from now.
Before he becomes one, I think we need to get rid of him, and I think we need to get rid of him because we can get a lot back for him now than we could 2 years from now.
But then, what is your loyalty stand with him?
My loyalty is the Milwaukee Bucks. That's what my loyalty is.
So it's not Chris Middleton.
It's not Chris Middleton. It's the Bucks and Giannis. I'll give Giannis my loyalty. But I guess my thing about that is, my man to my left here, he was at the Bucks game, and we all watched the Bucks game. They did not look good, and they haven't been looking good. Their last 10 games have been 5-5. They've been losing teams they should beat. Right now, we're looking like a second round exit team. And I hate to say that. And, I hope that because the way they're mismanaging this situation, like it's too much on Brook Lopez. We wait for him to come back. And if he do come back, let's say he comes back right before the playoffs, because it's like 8 weeks left in the season. He's not going to be, quote unquote, playoff ready until like second round.
It's too, you know what it is though with the Bucks, why they're not playing good? It's too much in and out of the rotations. I mean,
we can't blame
somebody's
COVID
always hurt. Look at go look. Somebody's
I
always hurt. So like they have no solidified starting five all season. We probably like number 2 or 3 in starting lineups change this season.
I mean, the person who's been getting the most buckets is Bobby Portis. He be getting buckets.
He got buckets last night. That's an over-exaggeration, bro.
Look at the stats.
He probably get buckets all year.
He get buckets all year, but he is not the guy that's carrying the team.
No, I'm not saying he's
we know that.
We know that it's Giannis, but
he's not even the backup that's carrying the team. He had a great game last night.
Look at stats up.
Bobby's a ball. Baby, you gonna sanitize up. Bobby is a baller. Bobby is a baller. We know this. This. But the number 2 on the Bucks is still Chris Middleton.
Do you hear what you're saying though about Chris Middleton? Do you agree?
Chris hit some big shots last night too, though.
Here's the thing, man. Every time I do it, y'all say I'm hating, so I ain't got nothing to say on this one. I'm gonna let this 94 Feet Nation.
You're here for commentary.
I'm absolutely.
You just had your Stephen A. moment. I'm giving you the floor, so you passing the ball.
Jeez, pass it back.
I'm throwing it up there for you.
Go Bucks.
Filthy.
I don't mind being wrong.
Go Bucks.
I don't mind being wrong. I want the Bucks to be wrong.
This is what I'm going to say. I've heard the same talk you guys are saying about Chris Middleton. They're also saying that about Holiday. They're also saying that about Holiday right now. Yes, they are. You better dial into the networks. Yes, they are. So this is what I'm going to say. I am very concerned about a two-peat for the Milwaukee Bucks. I watched the Brooklyn Nets play last night without their best defensive player, soon to be in Ben Simmons, without Kevin Durant, and they put up 120 points.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks had Andre Drummond looking like Drummond of the Pistons, right? So I don't know if it's that the Bucks aren't that good to compete for a title, or if Brooklyn is just that good.
Both.
Okay. And so, and let me add this, and then I'll be done. Kyrie Irving is about to get cleared to play year-round basketball.
We're about to get into that in a little bit.
Okay. The only thing that I think would really hurt the Bucks right now, the Nets, is if Kyrie got injured. If he got injured, then it might be, okay, we're not too concerned about Brooklyn. But the Bucks, in the words of Kesey, they better come out playing, putting their foot on people's necks. Because right now, Giannis looks like a one-man show a lot of times. Bobby does come to play ball. Shout out to Bobby. He had 30 and I think 12 last night.
Something like that.
But Chris Middleton, Holiday, and whatever bench it is that the team is calling themselves building, They better do it, and they better do it quick because I do not see a two-piece basketball.
I see why the Bucks lost last night.
They missed 17 free throws.
17 free throws.
They missed 17 free throws.
And they only had 13 bench points.
13 bench.
Compared to the Nets, I think they are at like 30.
Okay. And this is why I say both. One.
And you also, hold on. Also, you got to remember, they scored 43 points in the third quarter.
Yeah.
How often do you score 43 points? That means you weren't missing. They was just on.
That's 2K stats.
I get what that is, but the Bucks were shooting. You look at the stats. The Bucks were shooting. They had a really good shooting game last night. A really good shooting game.
That lets you know, like, it was just one of them nights for Brooklyn. Because you got to look at the Bucks stat.
Okay.
Giannis had 29. Middleton had 25. Bobby had 30. Drew had 19.
So okay. Let me ask you this, Casey. Do you honestly look at the Bucks right now in these games that they're playing? Because you're a season ticket holder and are confident finals guaranteed. Are you that confident in it?
You want me to tell you why I am?
Why?
Because you don't want to be wrong.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, that does play a factor in it, but
I just feel when the playoffs come, players take their game to another level.
True.
And it's only certain players that go to that certain level. And we've seen our player go to that level. So when
player or players?
Player. Because hands down, Giannis was the best player last year. All throughout the playoffs.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. Yeah.
But
he went to and then you get to the finals, he went to a whole nother level. Remember, I kept telling y'all about his levels.
Mm-hmm.
It's certain players that go to different levels when they get to different parts of the season.
Right.
LeBron was one. KD is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry is another one. Steph Curry playing good, but when he gets to the playoffs, he play a whole nother level of basketball that players can't even reach. That's average.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Agreed.
So that's what makes me believe the Bucks still have a chance.
But this is why I say it's both. When Milwaukee is off, they're off. Okay? They're very inconsistent. Like you said, the amount of missed free throws, those are gimmies. You're supposed to have those. But we also have to play a factor that Brooklyn is coming in with a point to prove, and they're coming into the playoffs with an attitude that we will not let what happened last year happen again.
It was just a toenail.
It was, and I think that's what we keep forgetting. It was literally a small, little microcosm prayer that got up to God at the right time of why we got our ring. Brooklyn is not going to let that happen this time. Just like you say, Giannis will turn up, KD gonna turn up.
Yeah.
Kyrie gonna turn up.
Yep.
And I guarantee you at least two people off the bench is gonna turn up. We don't have weapons to counteract when they get going. Because Brooklyn has enough weapons at any given of those 4 games that they have to win, KD can be cold, but Kyrie can be on.
Well, okay.
We're missing one more player. I'm not,
and that's the third part.
And that's our
third. We don't have a third person that when Giannis needs a break, when Giannis comes out the game right now, bro,
we're done.
We're done.
Okay, with that being said, though, but like I said before, that goes back to what I was saying before. Like we're putting too much on the Brook Lopez return.
We are,
and we're saying like, oh, when he returned, we good to go. And that I don't think that's the case, because when you talk about like everything you're saying, I agree with. Giannis does have another level, and he did take it to another notch when he went to the playoffs and the finals. And we were a toenail from missing it. My thing about that is
if it was a fifth, we all be drunk too, right?
Speak for yourself. Water.
Sure.
H
but
to the O.
Sure it is.
Right?
But
Canada Dry.
I guess my thing about that is it's just Giannis, and those games that you're talking about. If it wasn't for Middleton going off on one of those games, if it wasn't for Drew Holiday going off on one of those games, if it wasn't for Lopez going off on one of those games, we still wouldn't be here, no matter if Giannis scores a 50-piece or not. So my thing about that is Give
yourself a hand. Hot take.
When you talk about Giannis taking it to another level, that's all good. I appreciate that. But if you don't have somebody else taking it to another level with you, then you just out there playing 5-on-1. And if you notice, 5-on-1 doesn't get you wins, it gets you L's. Example, Los Angeles Lakers, because it's LeBron playing 5-on-1.
But listen, that's exactly what I'm talking about is levels. But when that player goes to that level, he usually brings somebody with him that's normally not at that level that usually have a good game.
Okay, so we
might be having a good game tonight, and he might be like, you know what? Or he might realize, you know what? Drew, the person who gonna have the big game tonight with me, just off of how he's been playing so far.
Here's why I'm not giving up on Chris Middleton.
And you got to
go ahead. No, you go ahead, bro.
Don't give up on Chris. Go ahead.
Here's why I'm not gonna give up on Chris, because if
we don't have a choice,
if Chris didn't show up, we would have lost to the Hawks.
That's true.
If Giannis don't block that shot,
I mean,
we don't get no ring. But we got one, huh?
Okay, we got it. We gonna take it.
Okay,
we can appreciate our ring.
Let me ask y'all this question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask y'all this question. Do you believe?
We good.
I see it.
We didn't.
Do you believe? Do you believe?
Okay, Dad.
Are you confident in the Bucks making it to the NBA Finals?
I'm not. Not right now. I'm not. If I had to pick
percentage,
if I had to pick I
don't want you to pick a team because that's how you get yourself in predicaments. Give me a percentage.
If I had to pick right now, it looks like.
Don't you say what I think you're gonna say.
It's too early. It's only been 2 games back.
Exactly.
No. Right now, the Bucks do not look like a team that is prepared for the NBA.
Give me a percentage.
I can't give you numbers yet because I'm only judging the first couple games back. Let's revisit in a couple weeks.
I'm talking about the entire season.
Right now, the Bucks look like a second round exit or a first round upset. There, I said it.
All right, go ahead.
They look like a second round exit or a first round upset. I still have them. I still have my faith in them. I really want them to run it back, but I don't know that this roster can do it. Casey,
I see it.
Finals.
Just watch.
NBA Finals.
Watch.
Casey.
That's gonna be my saying. Just watch.
All right, cool. I don't see it either. I also see him going to second round.
You always say that. But you said last year that they weren't going to make it to the final.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
The guy to my left did.
Actually, I said Brooklyn, but I said if we beat Brooklyn, we're going to make it to the finals. Listen to the tapes.
And if we had a fifth, we all be drunk right now.
So now you want to co-sign with him because you doubting yourself.
I'm not doubting myself.
You sure?
Prove me wrong, Milwaukee Bucks, please. Prove me wrong. I'm just saying what the tape is showing.
My shirt for the playoffs is gonna say, "Just watch me now."
All right.
You better get it before somebody else do it.
So that's gonna be my shirt for the playoffs.
We already dipped into New York and Kyrie and how good the Brooklyn Nets looked last night. New York City is talking about removing the mandate.
It's done. They're removing it next week.
Moving it next week.
It's already been said.
So that means Kyrie is clear to play home games.
He's playing everywhere now.
It's over.
So
it's over.
It's over for who?
Uncle Drew is back.
Uncle Drew is back. I'm gonna tell you something. Kyrie last night, and I told Zeke and I on the phone coming in. It's like he embraces the hate. The more you boo him, the better he plays. Like we were at the game last night. We're like, Kyrie, you suck. The earth is flat. Science is real. Get your vaccine. And he was making buckets. Kyrie is a bucket.
Kyrie is a bucket guaranteed.
But an injured bucket. He has to stay healthy to get them to the finals.
So are you hold on. Because my question was, do you think they're gonna make the playoffs? Y'all talking like they NBA they Eastern Conference finals bound.
KD is preparing to make a comeback soon.
In a week or two.
If you have KD and Kyrie, insert Ben Simmons for defense, Brooklyn's in the playoffs. Contingent on KD's return.
So you say only way they make it is KD return.
If KD returns, they're in there. If he doesn't, they're playing.
They're playing right now.
By a game. The Bucks are a couple games away from playing.
Not really.
Is it playing 7 through 10? Is it 7 through 10? And the Bucks are in 6 right now?
They're in 4.
They're in 5th.
Okay, so they're in 5th right now. Who's in 6th?
They won a game out of 4th, though.
Who's in 6th, though?
The Celtics.
And what's their record? Watch this.
They won.
Watch this.
They got one more loss in the Bucks.
So it changes. It can fluctuate. And there's 21 games left in this season. There's a lot of basketball to be played, but there are not a lot of games to lose. Bucks got to start winning. Brooklyn has to start winning. Brooklyn needs to go on a winning
That's
streak.
the question. That's the question. Because you sound real confident after seeing Kyrie
No.
score 38.
I'm not sounding confident. I'm saying that with the talent that Brooklyn has, they should be a play-in team. If KD comes back, they're a playoff team. Play-in, playoff, different. Right now, they're a play-in team. They should easily get a play-in seat with the team they have now. They have a talented roster. They are deep. You get KD back, you're a playoff team. Give me one team that KD wasn't on that wasn't a playoff team. It has never happened in his career. He didn't win the big ones until he joined his buddies in Golden State. But KD will get Brooklyn to the playoffs. Done deal.
So where you see them finishing?
I need to see. Now, here's why I can't make a judgment on that. I need
KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons.
I need to
fully
see them
healthy.
play together. I need to see them play together before I make a prediction like that. Remember, they only played 16 games together this season with Harden, right? Ben ain't touched the ball since last summer. Okay. We don't know, so I can't predict that.
Kesey? Cool. What I'm saying.
What do you see for Brooklyn, brother? What do you see?
I don't see nothing.
You just see the Bucks, huh?
I just see Bucks.
Can KD get his team to the playoffs?
They'll be in the playoffs. That's automatic. But you got to remember now. I watched Philly play today. They are looking good.
East is no joke.
Good. They look Chicago, put together.
Miami, Philly.
Just look. Think of it like this.
Miami's first round bus. You heard it here first.
They got to get through. They got to get through some teams to get to the finals this year. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna have to. The ball they played last night against the Bucks in the third quarter, they're gonna have to play like that every night.
And here's the thing. Let's not forget. Last night, Brooklyn was down by like 15.
This is the thing about Kyrie. Here's the thing about Kyrie. He can take over a game, and he can do that. But is he consistent with it?
He can be. He can be because I think KD will embrace
when you're playing just home games and you're playing or just away games. Yeah, of course you can drop 30, 25.
You're well rested.
You're well rested. Well,
he ain't in the West no more.
Well, he's cool.
He's well rested.
That too. So I get that, but now you're adding home game and away games. Now you're adding home games. So I don't know. I mean, Kyrie is injury prone.
I got to see how these next 20 games go in the East because the East is up in the air. As long as in the West, there's no guaranteed winner on either side right now. To me, if you look at,
I think the West.
Because Utah has had a good record for how many years?
That's
and they'll get wiped out every year. Every year.
I think that
Memphis is young.
What's it called? Just lost 2 in a row.
Who?
Phoenix.
And that's what I'm saying. Without Chris Paul, Phoenix is.
And to be really honest with you, we're probably
just lost today.
Yeah, we'll get into this in the next coming weeks. New Orleans is looking kind of good with CJ McCollum.
Nah, don't get it.
So I see what you're saying. If nobody is like guaranteed finals, do I think Phoenix has enough to get it done? I do think Phoenix still has enough to get it done. Golden State, yeah.
Golden State.
I think the playoffs starting in about 6 to 8 weeks.
April 4th.
If Chris Paul ain't 100% in 6 to 8 weeks,
he won't be.
It's going to be tough on Phoenix in the playoffs.
I see him sitting out first round.
Then they won't make it out the first round.
They won't make it without him. No, they won't.
No, they won't.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
If they play LeBron without Chris Paul,
he'll beat them.
They are barbecue chicken.
What?
Yes.
If Phoenix plays LeBron and Anthony Davis in the first round without Chris Paul, they are barbecue chicken. In the words of Kesey.
Shaq.
I got that from Shaq.
Whoever. Barbecue, habanero, whatever. They
habanero.
What? Habanero?
You go from chicken to peppers. What's going on in the world today?
I just wanted some Buffalo Boss.
This has been another episode of 94 Feet.
I did.
Okay.
Shout out to Buffalo Boss and the Sherman Phoenix.
All right. So it's been another episode.
Hey,
it's time to go. It's been another episode of 94
Bill
Feet.
them for advertising, bro.
What is Black History Month? This has been another episode of 94 Feet. I'd like to thank what? I said
Money
94.
Green.
94 Feet. I'd like to thank my brothers Kesey, this guy to my left.
Dude, you don't call me by my name.
I said Dre.
It was another good one.
Another good one, people.
And we also like to thank the commentary from Def Fresh.
Oh, we coming on that show.
Oh no, I'm my own person. The views and opinions of me is only for me.
Like the super producer to come through, give his opinion on things.
So what's your since you were kind of a guest host, what's
TDR Network everywhere. That's all I want you to do.
There you
Okay.
go.
Support black businesses.
There you
There you go.